Hey guys, this is Tyler here from Rehab to Fab Designs. I was just going to jump on here live for a few minutes and show you, this is my new piece that I'm working on. I am doing a recorded tutorial for it start to finish, so it'll be posted soon. I am trying to mimic the look of, among other things, I got a couple of different things going on with it, but on the side I'm trying to mimic the look of like an old Venetian wall in a villa somewhere, with some plaster and the look of like old faded wallpaper. So that is the look I'm going for. Now can I show you what I have so far? And I am waxing right now. Hey Susie, I'm in the waxing stages just to finish it up, and that's I think all I have left to do for my tutorial, so I'll hopefully have it posted soon. So I'm using a Wise Owl palm brush for my wax. I really like this for waxes. It's a really good brush for it. I need to actually order a smaller one for like smaller cans of wax, but it works really well to just kind of get in your can, get some wax on it, and of course it'll hold it. Doesn't really shed, that I've noticed, so I'm really happy with it. So I'm just putting some clear wax on here to seal this. If you've never used wax before, it is a good option for a top coat. Usually, hey Pam from Arizona. Pam, did you get your videos to work? I recognize your name. Anyways, it is a good top coat to use. You have to kind of get used to it. We use wax for some pieces. We use polyacrylic style top coats for other pieces. If we are doing a table, I will usually use a polyurethane because it's just a little bit stronger, a little more durable finish. So it kind of depends on the piece you're doing, how much use it's going to get, and also what kind of look you're going for. So not only do we want to do pretty pieces and have them look good, we also want them to be functional. So we try to use, you know, whatever we think is best for that item for what it's going to be used for when it's purchased. So is it a high traffic piece, so to speak? If it's going to be used a lot, touched a lot, you want to use something more durable, obviously. And if it's more for just looking pretty and being kind of an accent piece for a home, then you may not necessarily need something quite so tough, so to speak. And in those cases, you can use wax. And I really like wax because I like the feel of it. Wax to me has a really soft, buttery kind of feel once it dries. We'll typically put it on first, and then we'll come back and go over it with a nice soft lint-free cloth so you can buff it out really good and then get a nice smooth finish to it. I like my furniture to feel good. This obviously is not going to be one of those pieces because it has a lot of texture on it. As you can see here, it has a lot of raised areas and a lot of texture that we created for this look. So it's not going to be your smoothest finish for that reason. But we still want this part to be nice and smooth. So we're using a wax. The other reason I chose to use a wax on this piece is because of the look I'm going for. So trying to do, you know, kind of a an old world finish again, kind of a grungy look. Again, the look of like an old wall. So it's kind of aged and tattered from time. So we're using the wax because I want to use some dark wax on top of it. I don't use dark wax a whole lot. The reason I don't is because most of the ones I've tried are more of an orangey brown as opposed to a cool color. And I, my friends, don't like warm colors. I like cool colors. So I'm gonna swap those comments because I can't see the camera, sorry. I like cool colors. I like colors with blues and purples and greens, and I tend to stay away from oranges and yellows and reds. I don't know why, it's just always been my preference. And so to me, your darker waxes, this one is actually Annie Sloan that I've had forever, and you can see how much, or actually how little I've used of it. I've had it gosh, probably 6 years maybe. I just don't use it a whole lot, and I'll show you why. So to me right now, this has a cool color to it, cool tones. I've got cream, I've got a white, I've got kind of a taupey colored brown tan color, but still all with a cool background color as opposed to warm. So when you add this, if you'll watch, that is kind of an orangey brown. So the oranginess in it is warm. So it's just kind of a different look, and there's nothing wrong with it. And if you're going for, you know, a certain look like I am here, it's fine. But that's why I don't use it a whole lot, to be honest. Now you can make your own waxes out of clear wax. You can do that by simply putting in some paint into your clear wax to mix it up. So, I mean, you can even go as far as doing, like for me, I could pick my own color of brown that's in the tone that I want. But you can even put blue paint in it, you can put red paint in it, whatever you're going for, you can add to your clear wax and just kind of stir it up a bit. You know, get you a little bit out on a plate. Obviously, don't mix it in your whole can. But you can change the color. And then same with glazes. And then you can kind of control more what look you're getting. So for this, because I'm going with this old world finish and wanting to see some grime, I guess, kind of, so to speak, I'm okay with changing the color a little bit. Even though I will be honest with you, when I started doing it, it kind of hurt my heart just a little bit. And I was like, oh my God, what did I do to my piece? I changed it, it's orangey brown. But I still am loving it. I'll turn it and let you see kind of what it's looking like. Don't pay attention to my messy floor. I got plaster and sand and paint and stuff everywhere. So it's getting kind of messy. That's why I got drapes on the floor. Good thing about working at the hospital in the operating room area is you can get drapes from there and use them. But anyways, so that's what we're going for. So I'm using dark wax, and then I'll tell you a secret too when you're using dark wax. If you put some on and you don't like the way it looks, you can go right back over it with your clear wax, and the clear wax acts as kind of an eraser, so you can take off some of it. So if you have a hard line here that you don't like, you can lighten that up and kind of buff it out a little bit and make it a little softer, or you can kind of take it off if you want. So you just kind of go around the edges. If you want a softer look and want it to be more kind of blended and not such a hard line, you can go over it with like circular pattern, but it will lighten that up. And you just keep doing that until you get kind of the amount that you're going for, whether it be a lot or not. So in doing this, I'm trying to focus more on my textured areas. So where I have the texture is where I'm gonna add more of the darker wax, and then also around the edges. And I will tell you that dark wax will really grab in this texture. It will get down in those grooves, and it's very difficult to get it out. So if you don't want it there, don't put it, because even if you're putting clear over it, it's still going to be kind of hard. But so you can see, if I drag this down here and kind of do a circular motion, it's going to kind of add a little bit of that darkness down here as well. So then you just decide on your piece, you know, what look you're going for. If you want to darken the whole thing and change the overall look to where it has that more grungy, dirty look, or if you want to leave this all light, you can. And then you can just go around the edges with the dark here. And I haven't decided yet what I'm going to do. On the front of the piece, I have some dark in the middle of my panels on the drawers, but it's mostly just because they're, you know, it's a small space. And so that's why. So for this, I'm going to start by going around the edges, and then I'll decide what I'm doing with the rest. I'll try to swipe back and see. Hey, Sue, how are you? Hey, Anthony. Yeah, I am really liking this so far. I am really liking this. So before I got on here, I waxed this whole thing with clear wax, by the way, before I started. So again, if you're using dark wax, you do want to go ahead and use your clear wax first, because if you just put dark wax straight over a chalk paint, especially a light color, it's going to really grab, because of the chalk paint by nature is a very porous material. meaning kind of like if you think how this texture is raised, it has high spots and low spots. So the chalk is like that too, so it's really gonna get in there and just kind of suck it up and soak it in like a lot. So if you want any kind of control whatsoever, you always want to use your clear wax first. So before I got on here, I clear waxed this whole, actually I didn't. I did it on here, didn't I? I'm sorry. I've done the top already in the fronts. I'm getting confused because I'm doing videos for tutorials. But clear wax first, always, before you put any dark wax on. Otherwise you won't have any control. And then you can come back with as little or as much of the dark wax as you want to get this darker look that you're going for. Can y'all see my pregnant belly jiggling on here? I hope not. I hope I got the camera away from it. I'm getting very, very pregnant at this point. My little boy asked me the other day, like, how much longer we had, and I was like counting weeks, how, you know, far along we are. And then he's like, no, Mama, how much longer, how many weeks left? And I counted it up, and I was like, oh my God, it's gonna be here before we know it. So I'm trying to get as much work done as I can while I still can, because getting up and down and bending over and squatting is getting very difficult. All the more reason I hope y'all appreciate my short little video, right? So that's it. I'm gonna come back and do some clear around this and lighten it up. And then start finishing up my piece. I hope, I've got two of the videos for this done. I have a third one that should be my third and last for this piece. I just had to wait until I finished sealing it, and then I'll have a tutorial up. If you guys are interested, it will be on my Etsy shop and also on my website. Our website is rehab2fabdesigns.com, and it's the number 2. And it'll be listed on there, as well as our Etsy shop, which is listed under Rehab to Fab Designs as well. And as always, we appreciate any and all support. This tutorial will also be released in my Create and Connect interactive membership group that we have on Facebook. It's a group that myself and my friend Susie from the White Plum do. It's $25 a month. We try to basically go on and teach all the finishes that we're working on as we're doing them. Susie goes live in the group. I typically record and post because I have Wi-Fi issues, and a lot of times my videos are really blurry, and I don't like that. So, but it'll be released on there also for the people in our group. If you're interested in that, there should be a link at the top of my page where you can sign up. We would love to have you. We're available to answer any questions that you guys have. Try to teach whatever we can about the business and also finishes, and just be a nice group of furniture painting friends and support. So either way, if you'll look out for the tutorial or check out our group, we would love to have you. And I'll see you soon. Thanks for watching. Bye.